Hi, I'm Ivan Zoot, and welcome to another video in our continuing conversation, taking a deep dive into haircutting. This is about the third video we've recorded, and thank you in the comments for noticing. Yep, that's right. Got a new banner out there, ivanzoot.com. So check it out when you're looking for tools, books, equipment, and support and help in building and growing your business in the beauty and barber business. Thanks for being here for another deep dive video. Remember, like the video, comment on the video, share the video with a professional in the industry who could benefit from it, turn on your notifications, never miss a video, and subscribe to the channel. There's a brand new video every Wednesday at 12:01 a.m. I want to talk a little bit today about the adjustment lever on the side of adjustable blade clippers. This one's a JRL 2020, lightweight, high-powered, whisper quiet, 2 speeds, and a detent. That's where it clicks from one position to the next, a detent adjustment lever. We've got some high technology going on in the blade. It runs super cool, it runs super smooth, and it cuts really, really clean and crispy. But what I want to talk about is what's going on with the adjustment lever, truly understanding how it works. When we cut hair with a clipper, cutting doesn't happen at the top of the tips of the teeth of the clipper blade. Cutting happens at the base of the tooth root on the inside blade. Sometimes that's referred to as the upper blade. If you lay a clipper down on a countertop, the blade on the top is called the upper blade, and the back blade is sometimes referred to as the lower blade. I don't like to call it the moving blade and the non-moving blade because the upper blade, the cutter blade, moves side to side, but the lower blade moves forward and backward or up and down. It can get confusing. I like to think of it as upper and lower, or the cutter blade, and I like to call this one sometimes the comb blade because, let's be honest, let's talk about what they do. The cutter blade is responsible for cutting the hair, and the comb blade is that's right, the comb blade is responsible for combing the hair. Basically, the teeth on the lower blade, their job is to line up the hair to feed it into the blade that's going to cut it. So you got your terminology straight. Now, when you look at the clipper blade in perspective, you'll notice that the lower blade, the comb blade, is beveled, angled, or tapered. Some blades, like a fade blade, are flatter and smoother here. Other blades have more of a pronounced curve to them. And what that curve does is it changes the cutting length of the blade. Cutting doesn't happen at the top of the tips of the teeth. I've said that before. Cutting happens opposite the bottom of the teeth in the cutter or the upper blade. So when you lower the lever, when you open the lever and you move the upper blade down in relation to the tips of the lower blade, or you move the lower blade up in relation to the tips of the cutter blade, think of it either way. When you move that down, you are cutting now at a thicker portion of the non-moving blade. Look at it sideways and it all makes sense. The thickness of the blade where the cutting happens, thinner, and I'm going to turn it this way so you can see the lever. Thinner, thicker, 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 all the way down to the bottom. The lower you go, the thicker the blade, the more hair will be left behind on the head. Now, you can look at that blade and say, Ivan, the difference between the tips of the teeth and the bottom of the range on the lever, that's not a lot of range. It's not a lot of range, but it's a lot of range on the head on a faded haircut. It makes a big difference when you're really trying to create a smooth, flawless, blurry, faded transition. So the adjustment lever and its position will determine the length of the hair left behind as you move down through a faded haircut. That's a deep dive into the operation of an adjustable blade clipper and the how and why behind how it works. Sometimes you gotta go deep. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again with another video every week. Have a great day.